Hi, I'm Shereem Herndon-Brown, Strategic Admissions Advice. And again, as we end the school year and get ready to celebrate the summer, who's excited for summer? Raise your hand. I want to make sure that parents, you understand how crucial this summer is, whether you have a 9th grader or 10th grader, but especially the 11th graders, how crucial this summer is. And I want to not just leave you with 3 tips I think will be extremely helpful, but give you some encouragement. Understanding that at this juncture in your child's school year, they're exhausted. I'm sure you're exhausted, but it's important that they finish strong. I know for some of you, APs are going on. Some of you are finishing IB curriculum projects. But it's important that your child finish this year in a way that they're proud of themselves. And of course, you'll be proud of them. But I want to make sure that you go into the summer with 3 very, very specific questions that I want you to ask yourself and ask your child, okay? If you've been following me for a while, you know that I want you to just talk to your kid once a week, maybe once every 2 weeks, about the college search, nagging them about what are you thinking about, what's going to be your major, when are you doing this, when are you doing that. That's going to lead to an unhappy teenager. Now, as a parent of 4, I understand that that's not going to work. So, all that said, the 3 things I want you to discuss with your kid at some point or get an idea for yourself are this. What is the testing plan? When are you taking PSATs or pre-ACT if you're in 9th or 10th grade? Okay, what is the plan? Oftentimes that's in the spring of sophomore year or the fall of sophomore year for PSAT or fall of junior year for PSAT. But understanding the testing plan, if you're going into your junior or senior year, they may be taking the SAT or the ACT, which has totally been revamped. It's all digital now, but you have to understand what is the plan. What is our parent and child? What is the testing plan? When are we getting preparation? And how are we going to attack this summer, understanding that this is coming? That's number 1. Number 2, what is our college visitation plan? When are we going to visit schools? Is it early in the school year? Is it October, November? When are you, as a parent, going to allocate time to take your kid to visit a school locally or get in an airplane, get on a train, and visit some schools? You have to visit schools, ideally. If that means you have to visit online, then maybe that's part of your Sunday or once a week routine, but you have to start visiting schools. It's important that your child get exposure to certain places. It's important that you put your eyes on campuses. It's important that you understand how much it's going to cost, how far it is. If you've been following me, you understand cost, location, major, career. But if you're thinking about your testing plan and you're thinking about your college visitation plan, regardless of your class, you're going to win in this process. Number 3, what are you doing, student, parent, working together? What are we doing this summer to kind of amplify your story? Something I try to say all the time in our business is you're amplifying your authenticity. Your story, student, parent, helping them, is critical. So what's going to happen over these next 10, 12 weeks of the summer that's going to help your child's story? I want to give you a quick example. I have a student who last summer worked a job, right, for pretty much 8 weeks of the summer, great experience, did a 5-day internship. I think they shadowed someone for 5 days, and then they also did a summer academic program for, I want to say, a week. All that said, those 3 things built into their story that they wanted to do, drum roll please, be a psychology major. They worked at a lab or shadowed someone at a lab in the psychology department for 5 days. They worked at a job pretty much making photocopies at a psychologist's office and kind of listened, eardropped, what do they call it, eavesdropped on the psychologist things that they were doing in their paperwork to understand what went into being a psychology major and then making that into a career. And then the academic programs that they took a week-long course doing an academic program studying psychology. So their story is being amplified. So it's important that you think about what is your child doing this summer, right, to amplify their story, to give it some meat, to give it some gravitas, some credibility that they can then explain in their college application. So I'm asking you very nicely, parents, discuss the testing plan. PSAT or pre-ACT, ACT, SAT, okay, that's number 1. Number 2, when are we visiting schools as a family? When are we going to look online to visit schools virtually? But the college testing plan and the college visitation plan, I can talk, are critical. And lastly, what are we doing now this summer to amplify your story, all right? Very, very important that you have these discussions with your kid so that they know what the plan is going forward. And if, operative word, if you need further assistance with this, please reach out to us. strategicadmissionsadvice.com. Join our Facebook group, College Admissions Advice for Parents. We're here to support you on your journey, but I want to have an awesome summer, but make sure you're taking care of those 3 things. Yes? Thank you very much. I will talk to you soon.